Hello everyone, this is your Rock Radio, and thank you for tuning in to The Youngest in Charge. This is your host Nathaniel Echipue, and thank you for tuning in to You Rock Radio.
This is You Rock Radio, bringing you global entertainment. Have fun.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in on another Good Friday, and this is your host Nathaniel Echipue. Thank you for tuning in to my show, Youngest in Charge. And today I have another very interesting topic, and the topic is karma real? And I know a lot of you guys know what karma is, but for those who do not know what karma is a word, and it also comes into an action. So I'm going to read out the definition of karma now. So what good is karma? Karma is a result of your actions and past impressions, whether it's dead, a feeling, or an expression. Your purpose directs the outcome of your action to be positive, good deeds, and rewards. Either in this life or the next day or the next year, they can also determine your karmatic relationships. So basically, what it's trying to say is that karma is something that comes back to haunt you. Basically, it's basically, as I said on my other shows, that's why I told you to reap, sow what you reap, because what you sow is what you reap. If you do a good deed, you're going to get a good deed back in the future, and if you do a bad deed, you're going to get a bad deed back in the future. So what I'm saying is that the one thing about karma is karma does not have an expiration date. For an example, if you do something that you're not supposed to do, let's say you give your parents stress, and you think, oh, blah, 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 I'm just giving my parents stress for no reason, and you think you're not going to receive stress. You're going to receive stress yourself when you're older and you have your own children. That's why I'm saying karma does not have an expiration date, because you could be giving your parents stress at your young age, and in another 20 years, the stress you are giving your parents is the stress you receive. But please, I want everybody to call in and give their opinion on this topic. Is karma real? Please call in on the number of UROC Radio, which is 089 967 5930. Please call in. The number again is 089 967 5930. But in my personal opinion, I do think karma is real, because karma is basically, when I say sow what you reap, yeah, or reap what you sow, you can go both ways. It's basically just saying that is the meaning of karma, but in a different saying. My mom told me that every day. Reap a good seed. Sow a good seed and you're going to reap a good seed. If you sow a bad seed, you're going to reap a bad seed. So what interest do you even have in sowing a bad seed? You feel me? If you sow a bad seed, that's bad seed will wait for you in the future. Now I'm going to give an example for you guys that don't understand it properly. You have a friend and you backstab that friend for something stupid, and now you think, oh, I got what I wanted from this friend, I'm all good, I'm not friends with this friend anymore, I still got what I wanted. And now in another 10 years, you can have your own best friend, and that best friend can do what you've done to your other best friend back in the days. So it's basically actions repeating itself. That's an easier way to break it down. Actions repeating itself. You don't want a bad action to repeat itself. You want a good action to repeat itself. That's why you want to set an example with a good action. And the thing about karma is people do not believe in karma. But if I was you, I would be very aware of karma, because karma will come back to get you at one point. That's why I said it does not have an expiration date. You could be 10, you could be 20, you could be 30, you could even be 100, and karma will still be knocking on your door. Karma is real, and I'm telling all you people there, it's something real. So don't take karma lightly. And another thing about karma is that karma can come for anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be the president of the country, you can be the king of the country, you can be the highest person in the world. Karma will still come to get you. Karma is a general thing. It is a general thing, and karma doesn't come. It comes at the most random time. I'm just being honest. Everybody in this world or in this life has gotten a form of karma back. If you find you're walking in a shopping center, you see 20-euro walk. Sorry, you're walking in a shopping center, you see 20-euro drop, and 20-euro just from the person in front of you. You pick up the 20-euro, and the person in the store right in front of you, you're thinking, oh, should I give the 20-euro back, or should I keep the 20-euro for myself? Most people would keep the 20-euro for themselves. I don't even blame them, but giving the 20-euro back is something you would like somebody to do if they saw 20-euro drop from your pocket and you didn't see, and you're walking. And as you give that 20-euro back, you're good, like. But if you don't get that 20-euro back and you take it, that same thing can happen to you. It doesn't have to be, it won't be the exact same situation. 20-euro won't fall from your pocket. It could be karma in any way. So that's basically what karma broken down is. And there is signs of karma, and I'm going to call you guys out them signs now. Just give me 1 second. Oh, we haven't calling in right now. Hi, thank you for calling in and tuning into U-Rock Radio. This is your host, Nathaniel Echipue, and today on my show, I'm talking about, is karma real? So please start off by telling us, do you think karma is real? But please drop your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Nathaniel. You're really doing a great job.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, my name is Nathaniel.
Thank you for calling in the Captain. So what do you think? Do you think karma is real?
Yes, karma is real.
Yes, I agree.
And I'm going to take it from the perspective of, the teenager thing.
Yeah.
To be honest, you're actually doing a great job, and this topic is a very good one.
Thank you so much.
I don't know, most Christians, the Christians might not call it karma.
Yeah.
But even the Christians, there's what they call that what you sow, you must reap.
Yeah.
But let me say on the name of your, is karma real? To be honest, karma knows the address of everybody.
Yes, it does.
And that is why it is good, as a parent, for us as parents to start teaching our children to sow good seeds from young age. Because indeed, karma is real.
Yeah.
What you sow, you must reap.
Of course.
You might not reap it early, like what you were saying. You might not reap it maybe at your middle age. It might be at the ninth time of that process. You see, at times, you were saying something about children maybe being stubborn or something. At times, some children will be horrible. Let me use the word horrible.
Yeah.
Very stubborn, very rascal. Oh, mommy speaks, they don't want to listen. Dad speaks, they don't want to listen.
Yeah.
And they will think, maybe because they are in their teens, I can do anything, especially with the children in the Western world.
Yeah.
They think they have authority, or rather the authority is looking after them. They can disobey anybody.
Yeah.
They can listen. Once they are 18, that privilege is cut off immediately. And there's something children don't understand.
Yeah.
You see, when children misbehave and they come to the notice of the police, they might be, young children, they will not be persecuted, but it is on their record.
Yes, it is.
And as soon as that child turns 18,
It's taking
there
into
is a
legal
red
hands.
flag.
Yeah.
There is a red flag. As soon as anything happens, oh, this child has started since he or she was 15. They did this, they did that, they did that. And when that child becomes 18, 19, 20, okay,
Yeah.
you see the persecution the child didn't go through then, they are going to link it
Yeah.
with the child's new age.
That's a perfect example of karma right there.
Yes, and you see that child, oh, maybe because that child then was a child and they think you can do anything, anyhow, and get away with it.
Yeah.
But when this thing starts visiting the child, at times it's always too late
Yeah.
because that red flag is already there. Okay? Then let's talk about children now. There are some children that are, they give their parents heartache.
Yeah.
My daughter was telling me sometime that there's this, is this a girl in her class?
Yeah.
She has a younger brother, and that younger brother, maybe 16 or something. The child will go out for 3 days, the child will come back home. When mommy talks, he fights mommy, he slaps mommy. Oh my God. That mother might not swear for that child.
Yeah.
The mother does not need to swear for the child. But you see those sleepless nights that child is giving to that mother.
Yeah.
You see that heartache. It's going to come back to that child.
Yeah. Well,
To be honest, it is going to come back to that child. Anyway, let me not take all your time because other people might want to bring it. But what I would say to teenagers, to young adults, to people, parents especially, start teaching your children how to sow good seed.
yeah.
Start teaching them. Because even in the Bible said it, that things we do, we visit our children, children. So fourth, fifth generation. So why would I want to do something that my children, something evil, that my children will not, or my children's children will not start paying for?
Yeah.
It's not worth the stress. So to be honest, karma is real.
Karma is real.
If every one of us learn to sow good seed, I tell you, this world will be a better place.
Yeah.
The world will be a better place. I'll stop here. Lord. Thank you so much, Nathaniel, for your shows, for your topics. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your
I always
contribution.
listen to you.
Thank you so much for your contribution and have a blessed Friday.
You.
That was Nathaniel calling in from Dublin, I'm pretty sure, and she said something that caught my ear there. She said, karma knows the address of everybody. I was trying to think of something like that, but I just couldn't get it, but she just got it into my head. Karma knows the address of everybody. Nobody can hide from karma. That's basically what she's trying to say. It knows where everybody stays. It knows where everybody is located. Karma is watching over everybody and waiting. But before our caller called, I was just going to tell you the signs of karma. And before I tell you the signs, I'm going to tell you guys how to repay your karma. So basically, identify your karma is the first step. And step 2 is learn from your karma and take responsibility. So that thing that you're pretty sure you done to get that karma, learn from the responsibilities and know that you shouldn't do it again. And now the signs of karma. So the first sign is that either there's a lot of drama, okay? Another sign is you notice a lot of red flags. Or let's say you're just hurting your body all of a sudden in one day. You're saying, oh, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Or nothing is going well for you at that time. So you notice a lot of red flags. And another sign is you get a lot of arguments with people. You are drawn out a lot. You may feel addicted to something that is not good, and also you feel exhausted a lot. Those are a few red flags or signs of karma. So if you notice any of them things, then I'm sorry, but karma is coming back to get you. But please keep calling in at the number 089 967 5930. And I'm gonna focus karma on teens especially, because what our last caller was saying is that parents should teach their children or teenagers to sow good seeds from a young age so that they don't have to deal with reaping bad seeds when they grow older. Because if you do sow good seed, I promise you, you are going to reap a good seed when you're older. As our last caller said as well, she gave an example of her daughter telling her about her son in her daughter's class, or a classmate, and that classmate will argue with the mom all the time. He will go out for 3 days and he will not come back. The mom tries to talk, he tries to beat the mom. That's not something you should do. That's a very bad example. That is basically the exact example of sowing a bad seed. And as the last caller said, that person is going to reap that bad seed. And it might not be at the time that he's doing all this stuff. It might not be in his 20s, it might not be in his 30s. It could be when he's as old and has his own grandchildren, because I keep referring to the last caller, but as the last caller said, the mom does not have to swear for that child. But what I was told is that the tears that you're making that parent cry, or the sleepless night that you're giving that parent, that it will guaranteed be back on you. So that is a very good example of sowing a bad seed. And sowing a good seed is just being caring for other people. Example, you see a homeless person outside, you have money on you, just drop them a bit of money. You get Christmas money, let's say you get 300 euro, put in 100 euro into charity. It doesn't even matter about the amount, it matters about the thought. So think about that when you want to sow a good seed. Don't think about the amount, think about the thought, okay? Because the thought that you're going to do something good for somebody to make somebody else's day better. And when you grow older, that thing will fall back on you. For an example, my mom, she sows a lot of good seeds. She saves money and she donates it to widows in Africa. She does a lot of good things with her money. She likes to help other people. She doesn't only care about herself. She cares about her family. She cares about the people around her. She cares about people that she doesn't even know. That is the definition of sowing a good seed. Because, for an example, if she's donating money to people in Africa that she has never met in her life, she's never seen in her life, that's the thought. It doesn't even matter how much she's donating. That's the thought of thinking about other people. They're not living as privileged as us. They're not abroad. You feel me? They're not abroad. They don't have what we have. So I'm going to help them and put something on the table, even if it's buying them small things like rice, buying them milk, buying them clean water. It's just things like that. But the show is coming to an end. So if I'm going to conclude the show, I'm basically trying to say karma is real. And you could see that from everything my caller contributed, and you can see that from everything I contributed. So the conclusion of this show is you are 100% going to reap what you sow. So if you want to reap a good deed, sow a good deed. If you want to reap a bad deed, which I'm sure nobody wants to reap, sow a bad deed. But please do not sow a bad deed and only focus on sowing a good deed. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my show, Youngest in Charge. Please follow us on all handles. You can follow us on Facebook at URock Media 1. You can follow us on Instagram at URock Media 1 as well. And you can follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube at URock TV. Thank you for tuning into my show, Youngest in Charge. This is your host, Nathaniel Echipue, and have a blessed day.